Hello, everybody. Welcome to the WDW Fan Zone Show. Tonight we've got John Maloney, Darlene Nagy, Kurt, and myself, Stuart Sternberg. And we're here with a show. It's a sail away show, but we're not talking about the cruise per se. We're talking about why or what happened to the slow season at Walt Disney World in the wintertime. Where did it go? And we're going to discuss that, the whys, the whats, and the hows, and all that other fun stuff. And this will probably be a shorter version of our show because we're all trying to get ready to get the heck on down to Miami and sail away with Lou Mangel and the WW Radio Cruise, which is sponsored by Mouse Fan Travel, the very best when it comes to vacation planning, whether it's Walt Disney World, Disneyland, a Disney Cruise, an Adventure by Disney, or some other vacation that you may want to go around the world or elsewhere in the USA. Mouse Fan Travel has the very best and foremost travel planners in the entire industry. They are an award-winning industry, and the customer service is second to none. And I include Walt Disney World, or Disney, period, the Disney company, in that as well. As good as they are, Mouse Fan Travel tops them all when it comes to customer service. If you've got a small budget, a big budget, a medium-sized budget, they work with your budget. You tell them what you want to do, when you want to do it, and how you want to do it, and they make sure they get you on the vacation of your dreams because they listen to you every step of the way, and they help you every step of the way, even while you're on vacation and once you've returned, so you can plan another vacation with the very best. Go to www.mousefantravel.com. Once again, it's www.mousefantravel.com. And please let them know WDW Fan Zone Show sent you. All right. The crazy one. Darlene's got a couple of dogs like fighting under a blanket behind him.
It's only one.
Only one? Oh, it looks like two.
You do know that dachshunds, dash hounds are known for being like burrowers, right? They like burrow. So this is what they do.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Our dog likes to go to sleep under the blanket at night too. So.
It could be 100 degrees out, and this dog would be under a blanket.
Yeah. So anyway, speaking of burrowing in the wintertime, people like to get away from burrowing in and come to Walt Disney World. And Disney has found a way to keep a lot of people coming down here during the wintertime, where it used to be, January, February, with the exception of the holiday weekends, used to be a great time to come to Walt Disney World because it was relatively quiet. It was considered an off season, but now there is no off season. John, why don't you start us off and let us know or tell us some of the things or reasons why you think it's gotten so busy during the winter?
Well, this winter, I'm sure is going to be different.
Yeah.
Because everything that's happened over the last 2 years has changed things. So I'm not even clear yet how this winter is going to go. But up until now, I think we can attribute the busyness in the parks to pent-up demand. People have wanted to get out and go on vacation. We've heard that people have more money put aside because they weren't going on vacation or they weren't making big purchases. And certainly, it's also hard to tell how full a park is because they're still not at full capacity. They don't have all of the resorts open. They don't have all of the restaurants open. So it seems busy. When I was there in November, it seemed very crowded to me, like it's been for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see. I'm going to get there this month, so I'm very curious to see what my perception is of the crowds. And I'm curious to see what it felt like the last time you were there.
I know Darlene will mention this too, so I'm not going to mention what I think she's going to mention. But one of the things, actually, she might mention both of them, but I'm going to mention one. One of the reasons it's busy in the winter now is the marathon, because people don't just come for the weekend; they come for a week or maybe a little more even.
Right, and that was the first time they've had that in
Mhm.
2 years, the marathon weekend,
Yep.
and there were a lot of runners that have been waiting for that. The first race was in November,
Mhm.
but marathon weekend is the granddaddy of all of the race weekends, and and
Yeah,
the and the demand was certainly there.
absolutely. Darlene, I know you're going to mention. I think you would have mentioned both of them. I mentioned one. Uh, I think. Do you know what I'm talking? It involves food and other things.
Of course, you knew it where I was going. Well, yeah, I mean, the point of the matter with this whole thing is everybody's missed coming down for the parades, the
Mhm.
cavalcade, seeing their characters, enjoying the parks, enjoying the resorts. I the soonest anybody could probably get time off and get their bearings of how they were going to travel. Are they gonna drive? Are they gonna fly? And I think they thought that it would be better to come down in the winter time, in the winter months, to escape that everybody was closed up for so long. So I think now we're gonna have it busy, I would say, for the next probably 18, 24 months. It's gonna be, like, super busy. I
Yeah.
mean, not just now in the wintertime. Before, a lot of people didn't wanna come down because it was cold. Um, even up north, but it could be cold here, so they wouldn't really wanna be here, but some people do because they don't like being hot. But you got more people that would rather we got more snowbirds down here in the wintertime than we do kids.
Yep.
This time, what I've seen when I was not isolating for the cruise is I see a lot more children in the parks with their families.
Mm.
So they're actual families coming
Yeah.
down.
Yep.
We also have Flower and Garden. We have right now Festival of the Arts. We have Flower and Garden coming up. We also have Princess weekend coming up. That's going to be another overload.
Yeah, I think the festivals, and that's where I thought you were going to go immediately to. But you're absolutely right on everything you've said. And I think the festivals have a lot to do with it.
Hmm.
Um,
That's what Disney has planned.
yeah,
They've got a festival going on at all times in Epcot right
yeah,
now.
Kurt. We'll get to you in a moment. I do want to
Mhm.
mention this. I think another reason is the landscape of the Central Florida area is changing.
Hmm.
People are relocating from other cities and towns and states, and they're coming down here to live,
They are.
and that
I
can
mean,
change things.
I just noticed another section of 27 that's been bulldozed from orange groves to sand.
Yeah.
There's going to be another development going in.
Yep, there's quite a few in Winter Garden, Windermere. I don't know if
Hmm.
there's any going on there, but I'm sure
Yeah,
if ever the place there
Davenport,
will be
Claremont.
Davenport.
Yep.
Yep, yep, all over.
Hmm.
Kurt, what's your take on all this?
I well, you guys hit on most of them. It's you
Yeah, I
got
know.
more festivals going on now, and they expanded the festivals to include a lot more food because people want to eat, and they have a lot more running events now than they used to have.
Mhm.
20, 25 years ago, they didn't have all these running events. They had the marathon weekend. That was it. And without that expansion, they found they're bringing more people are coming down. Now I don't know if there's bigger crowds or if it's just bigger lines because they're still trying to figure out Genie Plus and the whole Genie program. So that's what I don't know. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's making the lines feel longer than they really are, or it's keeping people in lines longer than you normally would, because you used to be able
that's
to
what
check
I've
out
heard.
more with Fast Pass.
Uh,
And
yeah, but I haven't been to the parks in a few weeks now, so I won't know until after we get back from the cruise. I've purposely, and as Darlene has, purposely not gone to the parks just to play it safe because we want to get on that damn cruise.
yeah,
Um,
Has
yeah, it's. I think there's a lot of reasons, and you know, I think Darlene hit on it. I think for the next 18 to 24 months, we're really going to see packed parks all the time. And some darling, I think it might extend beyond that
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of the Europeans, while they've trickled in, they haven't come back in droves yet.
Well, that was what I was going to ask is, hasn't the winter months traditionally been a time for Europeans, South Americans, including tour
The
groups to
UK,
come? Right. So what I was curious about is are they really coming this winter yet in those bigger numbers? I would sense not.
I would sense not also.
So
We've got a lot of Brazilian fans out there, and I thank them all for listening to our show, and they supported us when we had the website going too. They haven't come back in droves yet either. I haven't seen any of the flags waving and the kids going from
Right.
one attraction to another yet. So that will probably come back later this year, if not next summer, hopefully for Disney's sake.
And I think they're restricting flights in and out of England and the UK. From my understanding, it's still. I know you got to be tested and everything else, and if you're not vaccinated, you're not allowed in and out. And
I know the airlines are putting pressure on the U.S. government to allow the airlines to allow vaccinated people, fully vaccinated people, come into the country without being tested.
Oh, it's not just here though; it's there.
Yeah, I know.
It's pretty heavy over there as well.
Oh, I know.
I know that a lot of the different countries are starting to make noise again about not allowing them to come into the United States and to go to their countries, Canada being one of them.
Italy is big too right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and there are also a lot of warnings, in this country and other countries saying, avoid all these other countries because
Yep, absolutely.
it's not necessarily safe to be there, or it's not viewed as being safe to be there. So
Yeah.
a lot of people are just apprehensive about traveling overseas, or that they're not going to have as rich of an experience as they're accustomed to.
Mhm.
You don't want to spend a ton of money to go overseas for a vacation and not have it live up to your expectations.
Yeah. Oh, you're absolutely right. On the cruise, we're stopping at Nassau. I have no plans on getting off the ship.
Neither
None
do I.
whatsoever. I've been there, done that, and during these times, I don't feel it's necessary to take that risk. I'd rather stay on the ship and eat some good food.
Ride the water slide.
Yeah, I'm a little too old to ride the water slide anymore, but
You're never too old for that.
you know what it is. When you get older, you're more apprehensive of bigger drops. I don't know what it is. It's crazy because when I was a kid, I'd do anything.
Oh, I'd be on the aqueduct in a second.
Yeah,
those are the days I go on the aqueduct is when everyone else is off the ship in Nassau.
Oh, I love the
We're going on the aqueduct.
Now it's like I like fun. I like being a little adventurous if it's safe. And I stress the word safe, but I'm a little more cautious.
No Summit Plummet for you these days?
No Summit Plummet.
That I won't do.
Yeah. I'll go mountain climbing. I used to love going. I would definitely do that.
Oh, good gracious!
But I'm not
I
going
don't
down a
think there's
waterfall.
I don't think there's any mountain climbing on a Disney cruise ship.
No,
There, Stuart.
nor Nassau, which I am not getting off.
Right.
to go to.
I don't even think Castaway
Anyway, back to
Cay
the
has
parks. Back to the parks. Winter crowds. You have spring break also in March, so
And
that's
Spring
gonna bring
breaks in
crowds
March
too.
and Easter's really late this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Easter is in
You're
April.
going to have.
Late
I think you're going to
April.
right. You're going to have some spread out spring breaks
Yep.
over the course of a couple months.
Yeah, I have a pirate pass on blocked out of Disney for 2 weeks in April, which that's fine because I wouldn't go then anyway.
You don't want to go there anyways.
Nope.
they have not opened the annual pass sales back up yet either, correct?
No.
No.
I think they're going to do everything they can to get guests in at the times where they might feel they have rooms to fill, as opposed to bringing back additional annual pass hold or bring in new annual pass holders. I do think they'll open it up again and they'll come back at some point. But we might see a small window now every year that allows the purchase of annual annual passes. Rather than it be available all year round, we might see it, let's say, from September through October sometime or early November. I think that's where they're headed if they continue to sell annual passes.
I mean, they just threw out another, what was it, a 2-day pass or
It's a
whatever?
2-day during the week pass for
Yeah,
Florida
Florida
residents.
residents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you can get I think it's up to 4 days, 2 to 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And they're also, they are doing the whatever the baseline one is, says $3.99 for Florida residents. That goes Monday through Friday. That's
Mhm.
available as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing that's available. In other words, they don't want you guys there over the weekend because that's when they're busy anyways.
I'm not.
Apparently.
Which is the Pixie Dust annual pass, which is only good during the weeks. I think that is during the week, not weekends. I think that is still available on sale.
Yeah, it is. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only annual pass that someone can purchase right now, and that you do have to be a Florida resident.
And if I was retired, that's the one I would want.
We got the Pirate one this year, and I've been to the parks twice on the weekends so far, and it's too crowded for my liking. Even if we did not have the situation we're in right now, I don't like big crowds. So I think I would go with the Pixie Dust next year and forsake going on the weekends altogether.
The only reason I got the gold.
Because you meet everybody who comes. Darlene, I'm going to be down in Florida for 2 weeks. I know we don't know each other. I know we never met. You don't even know my name, but I want to meet up with you. And Darlene runs.
You're funny.
It's true.
It is not true.
Oh, it's so true.
It is not true. No, the one reason I got it was because Alicia, my daughter, and my son-in-law were supposed to come down.
Bullshit.
I'm
sorry.
Did that come out?
In February this year. And they're not able to. So
Yeah.
But that's one of the reasons I would do it is because I have, like, my cousin is coming down with her daughter, and they're coming for a long weekend. I want to be in,
I'm throwing this out to our audience. Anybody's out there who doesn't personally know Darlene, and they don't, they don't know, she doesn't know your name. Please message her on Facebook and let her know when you're coming down to the parks. I promise you, she will meet you.
She'll meet up with you.
Yeah.
I had friends down here during this, and I didn't go.
She's a social coordinator. Come on.
I heard you were trolling Craigslist to see if people were coming down to the parks to meet up with.
No, it was the fan zone website, or was the WDW radio show fan zone page. Mixing two of them. So she's on Facebook every day, and she sees who's coming down.
Yeah,
and then she waits outside their hotel room.
Oh, who's this person? Oh, Joe and Joan are coming down next week. Oh, hey guys, I see you're going to be in Epcot. I'll meet up with you.
First round's on me.
Oh, good gracious. Funny.
All right, let's not pick on Darlene anymore for a minute or two.
Yeah. So getting back to it, though, I know with all the announcements that they've made for the artists and stuff, like during the festivals now, a lot of people that were coming down to see certain artists, they do continue to come down to see those certain artists. And I know now we got the music back. That's very popular too.
It is.
For all the festivals.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. There are people that will come down certain days, or travel to the parks for certain days because they want to see a certain artist. Yeah.
I haven't, I'm upset I haven't seen any of the performances that have been there now, but when we get back, I'm hoping to go and see some. I know I'm going to see Rick Springfield too when he's here.
When you're talking about during the Flower and Garden Festival.
Yep. Flower and Garden now.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen Disney Broadway hits that are playing now. That would have been fun.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen that as well. What do you think Disney's going to do going forward? I think we're seeing a little bit of it now. They're trying to bring back as much entertainment as they possibly can safely. And I think they're going to continue to add entertainment over the years to entice people to come down. Also February is Black History Month, and they're doing was it celebrating soulfully, if I have that name. I know we mentioned it on the news. So they're doing their part to get people into the parks, and a lot of people come to the parks because they're doing their part as well to help Disney. Yeah.
Well, and they're certainly trying to get Epcot more open, getting the walls down, getting some of the features, the new areas open for world nature and world discovery and world celebration. And that combined with Festival of the Arts and Flower and Garden, I'm sure they want to attract more people to Epcot.
Yeah, absolutely. They absolutely do. But at the same time, they're trying to attract more people into the parks. A large part of what they're doing is attracting people with premium packages or offerings that they have going on. Yes, they have discount deals here and there, but they're really trying to build up, their deluxe resort. When I say that, I don't mean the deluxe resorts, but their deluxe entertainment, whether it's concierge services or oh God, what am I looking? What's the word I'm looking for? The VIP tours. They're really trying to build that up because they're going to make a lot more money on that than somebody who's coming down with a family of 4 or 5 that are going to spend a week there, go home, and come back next year and do it again. So, I think we'll see some different offerings from Disney that are going to be premium entertainment or vacation add-ons to their packages that will allow them to make additional revenue going forward. Now, what those are, other than what they've announced, I don't know. I don't even know if Disney knows yet, but I think we can see more of that.
Well, I know they've got a stage show in front of the castle.
Yep.
They've got the parade back. Are they still doing the cavalcades throughout the day?
Yeah, I think so.
I believe that's what they still are. It's not a full-blown 3:00 parade, or 2:45 or whatever. They're cavalcades.
And the hoedown's coming back in Frontierland.
The parade is actually coming back at some point here.
Yes, eventually, but not yet.
Because they're just talking
about coming back real soon.
Yeah, it's on the blog.
Yeah.
Yep. So. We mentioned it on the news. It's coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back. We just don't have an exact date.
Yes, we do. It was, I think Jess mentioned the date.
There's a date.
There's a date. There's a date. I don't know. And
it's coming up. I thought it already happened.
I thought it was just the cavalcades.
I don't know if it's February or March, but it's either towards the end of February or the beginning of March. But I know it's
maybe March 9th. For some reason, March 9th.
There's a new cavalcade coming too, Darlene. That might be what confused you.
Right.
Because they made a lot of announcements with a lot of different things very recently.
I'm looking up. It's working really slow.
It's funny when it snows, the internet slows down, but here in Florida it's warming up, so it's not so bad down here.
There it is.
Yeah, it just says parades are temporarily unavailable. And that's on Disney's website. No schedule.
February 11th is the Disney Adventure of Friends Cavalcade. So that's coming soon. And the Festival of Fantasy Parade returns on March 9th.
Oh, March 9th.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I knew there was a date.
I thought.
So I thought it was the February 11th, but that's just the extra cavalcade that's coming.
Yeah, they're not letting you click on anything in their website right now.
Yeah,
that's why I went to the blog because that's where I was reading it.
So it looks like, do you guys think we'll ever see a winter season where it'll be not so crowded in the parks anymore? I think you'll find days here and there, but I think those days are long gone.
Not without a catastrophic event.
Yep, I
You know,
agree.
so I mean,
Mm-mm.
Disney has gotten too good at offering some offering attractors to come down, whether it's races or festivals,
Hmm.
or
Mhm.
offering incentives, discounts. They
Yeah.
they are too good at being able to do that, and the demand is there. And like you said earlier, wintertime is a good time to get away from some of the northern states, get out of some of the cold.
Mhm.
Even 60 degrees in Florida is better than 20 degrees in Pennsylvania.
True,
Absolutely.
true.
Absolutely.
I'd prefer it over the foot of snow I got today.
Well, we've actually been I mean, yes, Stuart, we've had some really cold temps. It
Yeah.
didn't even get into the 60s for days.
Yep. We had a few days. The weekend was horrible here,
Oh gosh, yeah.
and the
I
beginning of the
think I
week.
lost some green stuff outside.
Yeah, us too.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait, here I got a tear for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Here you go.
well, guess. But we're getting the last. You might have a tear, but we're getting the last laugh.
Have fun.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I think the next podcast after our trip, after
Mhm.
I've been there for a few days, and I think you're going to be going again after the trip for a day.
Yeah, I'm trying to squeeze one. I know we're scheduled to go on the 16th. I'm trying to squeeze one in before that. I don't know when or how we're going to do that, but we'll see.
So it would be good to get back together and talk about what we're seeing in February
Yeah.
to
Now,
to
oh,
see.
John, just to let you know, I'm blocked out because of the Pirate Pass. I cannot go Valentine's weekend, so I'm blocked out through the 14th. I think I can return on the 15th to the
Okay.
parks.
No, but so we'll each have different perspectives on what we see.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna get back in there too, so
Yep. All right. I think we've given our listeners and viewers enough to
think about.
mull over. Yeah.
Mhm.
I do want to mention if you happen to see the link to YouTube and you watch us on YouTube, please, please, please click that thumbs up and subscribe to the show because it does help us out, find more people who might be interested in the show. God only knows why, but it would help us out tremendously. I would appreciate that if you could subscribe and give us a thumbs up. All right, we are going to be out of here for a week at least. Possibly, I'm not sure yet that we might be able to do a show a week, not this coming Sunday, a week from this coming Sunday, but I don't want to promise it because there are a lot of variables that are going into it right now in terms of family and other things. So we'll see if we can get a show in then. If not, we'll go back to our regular schedule starting that Tuesday, which is, I don't have a calendar here. Let me just pull it up.
It's the 15th.
The 15th. Yep. We'll definitely be back by the 15th. I'm hoping we'll have a show that we'll be able to drop sometime on the 13th at night, but we'll see. So everybody, please, please stay safe, be well, and until next time, bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
don't let the cold of the winter affect the warmth of your heart. Hope to see you all soon.
Have a magical night. 3 more sleeps until our WDW Radio Marvel cruise, and stay safe.